Hey everybody. So this is going to be the Monday reading to follow the weekly reading that I've just posted. And as promised, the underlying message for the whole week is the heart of the sky. So what I'm going to do, because what came through with this card was the cosmic heart. So that's connecting this physical earthly heart with the galactic heart. And what I'm going to do is post a link to a recorded meditation I did for 11/11 last year. Don't worry about the date. The numbers are good though. I'm going to post a link to that, and it's called a Cosmic Heart Meditation. And what that will do is that will go up and down and connect those energies here, which will support this, what is looking like quite a cosmic, loving week. Okay, so what I want to do is, as the days go by, I'm going to read from the book because it's gorgeous, and why wouldn't I? And then we're going to expand just with oracle cards. I don't want to go heavy into tarot. I just want to keep it quite light. Heart of the sky. The heart of the sky is the love force that made all creation possible. This same force is present when you create with originality, when you bring formlessness to form, or inspired ideas to expression. The primeval force does not know good or bad. It is up to us to provide the clear intention that will guide it to manifest. The heart of the sky helps us call in beauty from the invisible world and birth it into the world of matter. So this is going to be the alignment happening within, which came through, I think, on Thursday's card. Can't remember already, it's gone. And I guess a question for today might be, how do I manifest beauty in the world? And I've got getting caught up in the day job, and does that allow me to manifest beauty in the world? How can I manifest beauty in the world when I'm in a, when I'm in my 9 to 5 in a job I like but maybe don't love? Thousands of ways. Have a think about that, because it is the underlying message for the week. So your invitation from this card, let me hold it up for you, is the heart of the sky brings you a sacred reminder. You are a channel for the original energy of creation. That's you. You're the architect. Become the paintbrush, the canvas, and the artist, all guided by the heart of the sky. Set your intention ethically and clearly, and allow the universe to take care of the details. Okay? Now, there is polarity in everything. So I'm going to read you the polarity, and that will help you to reconcile the energies for this week with what comes in. So they call it the medicine. Excuse me. So where this might hit conflict in you is the medicine. You may feel responsible for everything and everyone. Perhaps you think you have to do it all alone. This takes you into a dark hole. This might take you into a dark hole where you lose trust in the natural order of the cosmos. This might be linking into the patience card, but I did that, so why isn't that happening? Well, that's the give to get paradigm. Okay, that's the if-then paradigm. It's about entitlement. We're not entitled. It's coming from, when we come from the heart, when we manifest from the heart, the ego's out of it. Shed your lofty sense of duty and recognize that this is a false prison of your own making. Again, lots of prison doors being opened and walls collapsing in this eclipse energy. It is the freedom to find the wild self. I think that's the bigger picture. You can open the door and set yourself free in an instant. Okay, well, she makes it sound very simple. In my experience, and in my experience of working with clients, it's not that easy to open the door and set yourself free, because the mind can pull you back. Now, having said that, the good news is there's less of the mind to pull you back. It has a weaker hold because it's all getting loosened. so the higher mind can come in and start to expand and play in ways that may not please others, because that's the changing paradigm. It's not about sense of duty and pleasing others. It's about what lifts my spirit and raises the light in me that then can shine out into the world. It's not done through obligation and duty. It's done because you're in your passion and you're in your light, and you just can't help that from shining. Well, you can turn it down. That's the polarity. Okay. Monday's card is Pachamama. This is all pointing to the same thing. It's absolutely stunning. Let me hold it on this side. Pachamama represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and humans. She is the goddess of earth, also known as Gaia, who pervades all creation in our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. I wanted to read that last sentence to you again because, excuse me, noticing how my throat's going. Because, you know, you hear me talk about the New Age movement and the Love and Light Brigade, and, you know, respect. I know you're doing your work, but it's about the yin and the yang. Okay, there is yang within the yin and there is yin within the yang. There's darkness within the light and light within the darkness. There has to be both. Okay, so the invitation, you are a child of the earth and the cosmos. Now is the time to eat right, love right, be joyous, regardless of circumstances you might find yourself in. I was thinking about this the other day. When people say to me, I just want to be joyful, I just want to be happy. Well, be joyful. It's an elective choice. Be joyful. Defiantly joyful. What is going on? Excuse me. My eyes have just gone straight to a box down there, which is called the Dragon Oracle. It's dragon energy. Be grateful for your life. Okay. One of the things I did on Wednesday to sit with this eclipse energy is to just notice the little things, like where I live, how I live, level of comfort, resources, family, and just really acknowledge that it took something to get me here, and it wasn't chance. It was diligence and tenacity and utter defiance. Yeah. So, yeah. Getting into gratitude for the small stuff. Yeah, the big stuff's easy, but the small stuff makes you kind of realize. It helps you see through the foliage, and it can be a stranger smiling at you in the street. That's lovely. It can be someone handing you a big fat trigger, really triggering you. That's a gift. That's a gift. We're taught to go into conflict with that and go to war with it, but we don't need to. We take it. If it triggers you, it's within you. There's something there that's ready to be healed. Divine timing, Saturn, it's now. Pachamama, excuse me, invites you to relish each breath, embrace your joy and your pain equally, and discover love through both. Let Pachamama know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service, like planting a tree or helping save an endangered, these are big things, protecting the ocean. An act of service can be smiling at someone in the street. That can change their life. I was telling somebody the other day, oh gosh, about 10 years ago, I walked into Argos when Argos was, there. And I was told to go and touch this woman on the arm. Just, that was it. And it was the woman that was standing next to me, and her energy field had just been hit by a comet. I could feel it. And I just turned to face her, and I looked at her and just touched her on the arm. She burst into tears. So I was able to give her a hug and just hold space for her. No work needed to be done. She just needed to let go. Okay. I don't have to save the oceans. There's plenty of people saving the oceans. Stop eating fish, that would help. So, yeah, acts of random kindness, but not out of duty or obligation or because Colette Baron Reid is telling you to. From love. This is from love. See the bigger picture. When you share kindness, it tends to get paid forward. So you start this little wave of kindness, and you can do that literally just by smiling at someone. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. The medicine. So the opposite to this, the polar opposite to this, is about the push, drive, strive. That's what I've just said. Okay. So, and a random act of kindness is not done out of duty and obligation because you're going to earn brownie points, because then you're into entitlement and give to get. That's going. It's love. It's all love. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Pachamama. That's all I'm going to read from that. Right. We're going to work with some oracle decks. And let's just invite Pachamama to speak. And offer messages for the collective, please, for Monday. Okay. Oh, crikey. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. So I'm just hearing the reason that I've been reading the invitation and the medicine is to give you the contrast of the positive and the negative, but it's all good, it's all good, it's all goodness, but some of it feels like crap, but still goodness if you take it and you use it and dance with it and expand and grow. Okay. And the polarity is about celebrating difference, and that's the difference within you and the difference between you and others. It's also about being able to shapeshift from a human being into a unicorn. Okay. Mm. Yeah, I'm getting a message about uniqueness. Oh. So my elbow, my elbow just knocked the cards. And make a decision. And the decision is going to be around celebrating difference. It's going to be around what happens to me when I bring difference to the world. What happens to me when I disagree with you? What happens to me when I bring such a left field idea that nobody knows how to process it? What happens to me when you disagree with me? What happens to me when you judge me? All of this mercurial, Mercury retrograde, it's all of this mercurial stuff, but treat it all as lessons, because loads of, I did the numerology for the weekly reading, and there's some serious 9 energy in there. And, you know, 9 speaks that, yeah, it's completion, but it's also kind of, 9 is the energy of, it's yeah, it's like the completion of the fool's journey. Where, you know, when you get into that 9 energy, yeah, it is about becoming the holder of wisdom so that you are able to share and guide and teach. And with that can come the resistance to die to it, because the 9 wants to go back to source, you know, through the through the 0, and it's not a 0, it's the symbol for source, the universe, the cosmos, before it births into the 1. And in the 1, it's back to beginner's mind, so it becomes the initiate again. That's the journey. And so in this journey, we are kind of dying to the old mind, I guess, and dying to the limitations of being, well, this energy, of being divine channels for love, you know. I don't want to oversimplify it, but coming from a place of love times 8 billion people, no war, food for everyone. Okay. Okay. Right. So, I want to share a story that happened at the weekend. So, mysteriously, I've returned to my garden. And I spent most of the weekend replanting most of the garden, and I've had a ball. It's been beautiful, and loads of nature. Took a picnic to the river, spent ages at beautiful garden centres. Loads of earth, just loads and loads of earth. And I'm doing one of the gardens, and one of my neighbours walks by, and we stop and have a chat. And he says, I miss you on Facebook. And so he said, even though it was all gobbledygook, how do I feel when someone judges? Okay, now that was about him. But what it raised up in me was, I drew my sword. So I gave him some mind. And the reason that I drew my sword is because he's not making a decision. So half of him wants to stay in willful ignorance, in the gobbledygook. Okay, so mysticism is gobbledygook. And half of him, I must declare, is a beautiful songwriter. I know that. Can write lyrics that paint pictures, beautiful, sensitive soul, who's curious. Okay. Make a decision. Are you in or are you out? Can you celebrate your own difference, that you're half in willful ignorance and half in curiosity, sensitive curiosity? Okay. Make a decision and apply yourself to it. Okay, so that's, that is the ambivalence of exploring something that is a lot in the non-physical. Okay. Yeah, celebrating differences. That's a big message, especially when you mirror it within. When you apply that within, how do you celebrate your difference? Or do you adapt it so that you can be who they want you to be, who that wants you to be, without causing too many ripples? Because this is the time to cause ripples. This is the time to play with new blueprints of who you came here to be, of what you're capable of. Okay. And yeah, well, it's not just a week of expansion. We're in some long transits, at least for this year. I think two of the retros go till October. So a real stop and think. Go over it. And what that's doing is that's turning us within. So we're not like a mad bird just pecking away at things that are going to pay the bills. It's deeper. Breathe and pause. Because even in there will be a tension. I haven't got time to breathe and pause. Even in there will be a tension. That's your own difference, okay? That's your inner counterculture, or the learned counterculture of actually what's quite natural once you practice it. So there's a real call for non-judgmental, celebrating difference. It's almost like planting your feet for the rest of the week, because if you watch the weekly reading, it looks like there's a deep shift coming in, end of the week into the weekend. Okay. Okay. And thank you. It's very generous. Yes. I don't have time to go within. Oh, I love it. 369 up again. Feels very cosmic, that 369. There might be an invitation actually to do some emotional work today. This is reminding me that the eclipse happened in Scorpio, that's sidereal, and in Sagittarius, tropical. But either way, both are expansive, and this might be an invitation to just go into that watery element of yourself, into your emotions, because in there you'll be able to find your differences to your heart calling. What is your heart calling? I used to do, when I worked with, business people a lot, and I used to do an audit, and so this audit is kind of for people who, it's more for people who go out to work rather than run a business from home. You can do it with that as well, but it's more for if you're kind of hostage in a working environment. So who are you at work? List. Who are you at home? List. And then you do a gap analysis. What's the difference between those people? And what elements can you take and bring into alignment to bring them out everywhere so they shine everywhere? It's a real cognitive alignment exercise. So Yeah, we have koi spirit. There is always enough. Wow. I went to the river, different river. I've been all over this weekend. And because I was 10 minutes early, literally, I was 10 minutes early for a meeting. And so I quickly drove down to where I knew the nearest marina was, got out the car, kind of ran to the shore. And this swan was swimming by. So I was standing on a ramp, a boat ramp, and this swan swam by, turned to look at me. And I quickly reached for my camera and I just started clicking. The swan came up out of the water, started walking up the ramp, and I'm thinking, oh God, please don't bomb me. Please don't come and peck my eyes out. And it came up, started pecking around. And then it just started throwing these poses like a master. It's just, would you like this side, darling? And then suddenly it did this thing. I've never seen a swan lift its head up so high. The neck was completely vertical, really, really high, just like a giraffe. Seeing the bigger picture. Seeing the bigger picture. What's the bigger picture? There's a cosmic heart alignment this week. Big, big picture. Okay. So if the heart is wanting to align, we've got to look at, oh, God, my hair's doing my head in. We've got to look at what's going to get in the way, haven't we? We've got to look at little thoughts, negative thoughts, distracting thoughts, cruel thoughts, where you're being mean to yourself. So it might be a kind of good day to do some auditing, to start journaling. And what's my inner dialogue? Let's get it out there. Let me see it. Let me read it. Am I happy with that? Is that going to spread joy and passion and love unconditionally? Or can I tweak it? Okay, because we're practicing for the tweak, and the tweak is coming in. One more card, and then we'll grab a surrender card. What can we surrender to in this collective energy of just finding ways to show love, basically? No is a complete sentence. If you need to draw your sword, draw it. Check your intention. If your intention is to wound or be cruel, have a think, grab a cup of tea, come back to it. If your intention is to open the heart and speak that brutal truth, do it. Do it. There's a chance it will upset the apple cart. And that's the thing that we avoid. We avoid upsetting the status quo, but you've got to break stuff to remake. You have to break it. You have to make a mess. I'm going to pull a surrender card on top of those. Can we speak into boundaries and inner power? Oh, wow. Oh, gosh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So, So this card is about accepting people and situations for exactly what it is. Sounds easy, doesn't it? But because we're still in out this duty and obligation paradigm, we might still be looking to fix, solve, and mend others. Who was it famously said, when someone tells you who they are, believe them? I can't remember, but I've always kind of stood by that. And what I mean by that is, when you meet people for the first time, follow your instincts. Follow your instincts. Instincts don't lie. Emotions can, feelings don't. All right. So if a situation comes in that gives you an instant feeling of, be with that, be with that, and quickly before the mind comes in, because the mind will come in, it will ratify it, take you off on a whole other journey. Be with that. All right. Without denying the difficulties. Ooh, feels, ooh, that doesn't feel good. That doesn't uplift me. Okay. And stay curious. All right. Beautiful. So, what am I going to call this? Well, it's about spotting the inner differences. So it's about internal conflict. It will be external as well. There isn't one without the other. It's kind of make a decision, isn't it? It's make a decision. It's make a decision. All right, that's 3 times. Okay. So it's about a decision. It's about a commitment. It's about where you're going to place your attention and awareness and intention and dedication. If that is to being a insert word here, then start to move towards it. Yeah, okay, well, that's why I woke up with that word this morning. People often say, often, oh yeah, I'm trying to be. To those who don't yet know me, part of the work I do is with the military. And I worked with a soldier years ago who said his CO described trying as the square root of fuck all. You are either doing or you are not. All right? You are either doing or you are not. Don't lie to yourself with the word trying. Trying puts it over there. Yeah, I'm trying to get to that point. Well, how about just being here now? It can be a tiny little thing. I don't smile enough. I'm going to smile randomly at people today. Tiny little thing, but it will cause a shift. And it's that shift that might feel conflicted. Pick a side. Pick a side. Make a decision. Celebrate your difference. All right? That's a lovely message for Monday. Lovely message. Right, I'm gone. I thought this would be a really quick reading, but I don't think it is. I love you guys. Please continue to share, subscribe, hit the notification button, drop me a comment. I'm sending you all love. Take care. Have a wonderful Monday. See you soon. Bye.